Hey guys, I wanted to give you a quick tour of all the plants I had in the house. Got some of these that are just waiting to go back outside for the season, if Amber says it's okay. And these succulents here. And we've got the wall of plants on the window. Got the African violet here, which is facing the sun. An orchid from last year is blooming again. This thing has grown a great deal since I got it from the plant sale last year. You'll see more of this in a few other places. And we've got random philodendrons. And got this prayer plant, which is in 2 or 3 pots now. It was given to me just as a start generously by someone at work. Some more of these. And then here's the first of the trees. This is just a tree of paradise, which is an invasive species. I've got a bunch of this in the ground underneath it, maybe rooting. Put some wire down at the bottom here for it to bite into, grow around, and get knobby. Out here we have some hanging plants too, but I'm not going to show you those. Alright, so last night I brought in all the plants that were outside because it was supposed to frost or get down to 30 degrees. So anyway, now I'm about ready to take them back outside. So since I have them all together, I just thought I'd show them to you here. We got a Japanese maple there in the middle and some cherry tree-like things on the side. Japanese maple is a seedling I found in our front yard, and the other trees are from Jonathan and Lauren's front yard. Here is a hawthorn I got from Urban Roots. It has tiny little green leaves on it here, and it's bigger than it was when I got it a few days ago. Invasive species I dug up, I think, anyway, I don't know what it is, from the alley behind the house, a maple from the same place, and something I'm not aware of that the lawnmower got probably last year or the year before from the same place. Here is a conifer of some kind, which I love the movement in the trunk, which is just a like a standard feature of seedlings. It really needs to be potted deeper. Anyway, that's from Jonathan and Lauren's. Here's a maple from, actually from the bell tower. This is from the bell tower. It might not live through the repotting process. Put a lot of maple seeds in there. Here's something else from the bell tower. It's got kind of the sawtooth leaves. I don't know what it is. Something from Dixon here. I'm not sure what it is. It's not really leafing out very well. And we got this. It's some very readily identifiable species, but I just haven't identified it yet. It's a tree. It was growing right up from the roots of an existing tree in Jonathan and Lauren's house. Here's 2 little trees that I zip-tied together. Here is a cute little seedling that has like a pretty big little seed pod it came from, still attached to the top of it. This is an oak, I think, and while it hasn't leafed out, it is budding out up there. So that's nice. And but the roots down here, I actually had to take a knife and cut the root like I would cut any other branch. So I was surprised, and I will be surprised if it does actually make it back to full health and reestablishment. Not sure what that is. I got some winged seeds from downtown in there. Here is 5 or 6 little dogwoods zip-tied together. Here is a sweet gum tree that I found under the porch. And here is a little Japanese maple, which is doing really well. Got all kinds of leaves on there. I found that in the front yard. Not sure what this is, but I think it's from the bell tower. Here's a mimosa. I have a moss and some marbles Ryan made in the bed of it there, and then there's two mimosas actually that are coming up together, and I already kind of pruned it, cut off the apex of both, actually because it died due to I don't know, circumstances. But I would have done that anyway, since in bonsai you're supposed to like choose your own apex. And then here's another sweet gum tree with some moss there in the bed too. And this one I grew like from day one. I like noticed it as a seedling coming up in the gutter of the shed, replanted a bunch of them. This is the only one that lived, and I've had it ever since. And then I've got these three little pines, which I brought from Dixon, and they've like doubled or tripled in size, so I'm glad about that. I expect some of these will die, and that's why you have more than one. I've got some other plants in here, this thing, that, which goes all the way along, and then down here, this is the last thing I'll show you. Here's more of that prayer plant from earlier. Here is something else from, wait, this is from Dixon. I thought it was a tree, but it's not. I don't think it is now. This is from the bell tower. I don't know if it will live. Those leaves are kind of withering. I've got this Virginia creeper that I am super happy with. And this Virginia creeper, which is coming up nice. Here's some ivy, which you see everywhere outside. Some mint. Okay, this is my big honeysuckle, my medium honeysuckle, and my baby honeysuckle. And they're fun to prune because they leaf back out and grow back out like the next day. So like I've totally defoliated this guy, and he's already, you kind of see these teeny tiny leaves coming back. And here is some seedlings, which I just found outside and replanted in here. That is the basil that Elizabeth gave me, which I immediately killed by just putting it in there and leaving it with the other plants. I guess it should have stayed inside a little longer. Here is some bamboo that Ryan gave me like 3 years ago with some other little critter in it. Some coleus, which I'm trying to revive. Some of that, which you saw in the living room. Another invasive tree here, which is very fun to prune as well because it grows so fast. Something from, oh yeah, that's also in the living room. And then here's also part of that same plant, which I've been growing in there, and some prayer plant in there. A tree which hasn't leafed out from Dixon. Some seeds are hiding in here, like big giant seeds from a bean tree, one of those like trees downtown that have like big long pods. Got a succulent bonsai thing that Amber brought over. Some starts hiding back there. And then I guess one final thing out here. I've got a little Virginia creeper that I covered up last night so that it wouldn't get too cold, and I've trained it, kind of see it flapping. Anyway, it's going to be going down those lights, and then you can see on the little string that's going between the trees here, I've trained the Virginia creeper there too. It is coming up here. You can kind of see, yeah. And then it goes this way. up the tree and back across. And then it goes the other way as well. I wove the branches together in the winter when it was dead. You can see it's leafing back out everywhere, which is really nice. I trained it up here so that it can climb up the side of the shed. And then usually there's a bunch of hanging plants hanging right here, but they're in the shed right now, and I need to go in there and get them out right now. There's also some trees around the fence that I haven't dug up, but I have pruned a lot to keep away from the fence, and so that's kind of been fun as well. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this tour of my plants and mostly trees. Thanks.